live
Nice.
again,
Nice.
back once again with the ill behaviour. Beatbot power to the people. Um,
Just throwing out shapes.
exactly now. Shawnee boy, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you, Neil. A bit jaded, a bit tired. I think this whole change of weather that we're experiencing here in the UK is having some kind of atmospheric impression on me.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Because I'm quite a sensitive guy, quite sensitive. So, but yeah, no. Apart from that, mate, I'm not so bad. How are you, Badge?
I am wunderbar. I am just shifting our images
Super,
up a little
super.
bit. You know, we were just having a little chat. I'd like to say putting the world to right, but actually it was just a bitch and a moan from my point of view.
Yeah, we were just throwing a few flips and flaps out there, weren't we?
Yeah. But apart from that, yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. Where I've got annoyingly, my office work shuts as of tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day our office will be in existence. We move offices.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la, to a whole new setup. But I'm off for 2 weeks, and so everyone's got to work from home for 2 to 3 weeks. I'm off for the next freaking 2 weeks anyway, so it's going to make no difference, is it? Work from home most of the time anyway, and now I'm being told I've got to. I ain't got a choice. I'm not going to be there. Useless.
Oh well, that's yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know who's to blame really on that one, Neil. Them or you,
Oh,
really, for
100% them.
you know.
100% them. Very quiet. Am I? Okay, let's
I'm just, Doreen. I'm just shouting, mate.
pump
I'm
up the
on one.
volume, pump up. That's because I've probably got the microphone quite a long way away as well. It's all fallen over. Everything's gone to shit, man. It's because, hold on, yeah, it is actually really quiet. Why is that so quiet? Hello? Ooh.
Oh, I can't. Oh, I'm deafened.
I don't
I
think
joke.
it's. Is it picking up through the microphone? Is your mic off? Don't be so silly. You can hear me. Why is it off? Why is it doing that though? That's very bizarre. Let me just fiddle with some dials. Even when I move closer, it's not
You're right.
drastically picking up. Uh, nah.
That's usually what happens if you move a bit closer.
I mean, it's picking up. It's picking up even when I'm not talking, which is bizarre. Now it's picking up. That's there. That's there. That's there.
I just got called by a scammer. Haha, what a fucking fish. Welcome in.
Whoa, what's going
Good to
on?
see you. I'm glad you're having fun. Do you know what? Calling scammers, like getting called by scammers, I find it absolutely brilliant because you just try and have a bit of fun with them, don't you? Um, Kappa sounds like you're underwater. Neil, put your gills away. Um,
It's just
yeah, Fish.
trying.
The best thing you do is, and I saw this one of my favorite musicians done it the other day. Is had like a scam caller. And he was like, "Oh yeah, have you got Amazon Prime?" And he's like, "Oh no, I'm calling from so and so." No, no, no. Have you got Amazon Prime? And he was trying to get him to sub to his Twitch channel, basically. So I took great hilarity in that.
I have a feeling we have fixed it. Yeah, there we go, fixed it. God knows what was going on there. I'd like to say technical guru Badgie's solved it. What Badgie's done is basically click loads of different things and then it's kicked in. So we're all good. We're all good to go. Annoyingly
But
though,
you clicked them really well.
I clicked them much better. Much better. Thank you very much, During. Thank you, Karen. Skills McGills. Talking of fish. Skills McGills. Fish. Just got called what a fucking cunt.
Not a mermaid now.
Fair play. Not a mermaid. Kappa tea. Kappa of tea. Love it. Love it. Welcome in. Welcome in, Kappa of tea. Welcome in, Fish. Welcome in, Karen. Welcome in, Doreen. Welcome in, Sean. Welcome in, Badgie. I hope we're all well. I hope your weeks are going okay. It is pretty much the end of hump day, depending on where in the world you are. But obviously in the UK, we're at the end of hump day. So it's all good. I used to be It's Teapot. Name change. Like it. It's Teapot. Teapot.
Oh, hello there.
Love it. How are you, Teapot? Welcome in. Kappa of tea. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you've kept with the tea theme. I like it. I like it. I like people who stay true. Stay true to their origins.
Exactly. Yeah, don't go changing identity. Don't be like that.
No.
That Prince fella.
Yeah, don't.
God.
Well, at least he stayed as the artist formerly known as.
Yeah, complete change of personality, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he died.
No, before then, Neil.
Not much weight. You can't change your personality any more than dying. And Darius Dinesh dying as well. And Olivia Newton-John. All the best people are going again.
Never heard of any of them, mate.
Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, wasn't she the one that was in Gladiator?
No,
She in Gladiator?
Greece.
No. Oh, same thing. What's the difference?
Yeah, no, fair.
Bunch of men pouncing about. What's the difference?
Yeah, she was in that. She was in a couple of other things as well. And Darius Dinesh was just, I don't know, really. I think he was on like a couple of like X Factor and his Pop Idol or something like that back in
Darius.
day. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's dead, is he?
Yeah, he died yesterday.
Oh,
Got
that's
found.
a shame.
Got found in
Kind of like that.
Nah. 41. Nothing suspicious either, which is suspicious straight away. Family have said, yeah, exactly. Family have said nothing suspicious, which means he was doing something really shady and they don't want it to come out.
Yep.
And then I saw a video of some dance troupe and a massive TV fell off the ceiling and hit this guy in the dance troupe square across the head and pretty much crushed him. Critical condition in hospital. It's all going to shit. Welsh Dragon, how are you?
Well, in Welsh.
Hope you're well.
Yeah.
So
we're surviving over here, pal. We hope you're well.
Yeah, things are, you know, okay, you know, okay. So we've got a show today, which will be looking at a knobhead of the week, maybe because we didn't do last week. I mean, I know we had a knobhead all set for last Wednesday, which was Erling Haaland, although he had a great debut. Not man of the match. Whoever said, I mean, was it Gary Neville or whichever? Oh no, it was the woman doing the commentary.
All the pundits absolutely raved about it.
Yeah, touched the ball 30 times, scored twice. Really good debut because he made both chances happen. Is the Reading keeper knobhead of the week? Oh mate, fucking useless bastard he was. Joe
What is it
Lumley.
with
Gary, how are you, sir?
Gary, welcome in, son.
Very well, thank you.
Mate, what is it with all the goalkeepers at the minute? Did you see Walter Benitez? Benitez last night?
Nope.
Absolutely flapped at one from Tom Lawrence. Free kick. Obviously, David De Gea had a complete mare at the weekend. Oh, mate, just if you're a goalkeeper, just bury your head in the sand.
Just give up. Yeah, sack it off, man. Sack it off early doors. Yeah. But yeah, so Erling Haaland was there, but more for his interview after, wasn't it? Where he then said it's shit.
Basically.
And they went, oh, you can't say that. He said, oh yeah. He said, oh yeah, I'm so sorry, I can't say shit on TV, or something along those lines. He went, oh yeah, shit. Oh, Erling. And he said it's not like that in Germany. So apparently they don't do live interviews in Germany. It's all pre-recorded stuff.
Apparently I'll say shit on daytime TV, but you know.
Nah.
Erling, you're full of it, son.
Yeah, but either way, we didn't do a show last week, and I can imagine there's going to be something significantly better. Last time we spoke was the RTL tournament. It was. That doesn't matter though. Doesn't happen anymore. Missed that one. Yes. I got beat by Welsh Dragon. I got Welshed. Well, I did actually get Welsh. I got beat by Welsh Dragon in the semi-finals.
You got Welshed by Welsh. Get in Welsh.
I was missing.
Can I get your signature?
Missing five of my players for the first leg of the semi-final, and he beat me 3-1.
Here come the old excuses, Welsh. We're having none of it, son. Don't worry.
Missing 5 players, got beat 3-1. Fair play. Won the second leg 3-2. Went out on away goal. Went out on aggregate 5-4. But then. You know, RTL, I mean, season before that, I was runner-up. But, you know, I don't want to be greedy, do I? And then I just went and absolutely smashed FMTM with...
Oh, here we go.
With
that's fine. Right, I'll tell you what, I'll leave you to it, lads. I'm just going to...
Last-minute winner. Not only was it a last-minute winner, but it was a last-minute winner where with a few minutes to go, Bullions was champion, and Arsenal supporting Bullions lost it to an Alexi Sanchez goal. Get in, Alexi. You shitbag.
I've seen the video. Yeah.
And what a way to end. 92nd minute winner for Alexis. But yeah, so I won that, so it's all good. Get better prizes there as well. I'm joking. Anyone who dishes out prizes is fantastic. I've got nothing when I won wasted possession. But yeah, you know, we roll forward. I don't know what's next. FMTM again, probably. Yeah, best man won. Yeah, what FMTM? Yeah, I agree. Best man won, second leg. So we've got we've got
Now. Children, put it away.
Drinky drinks top up.
Yeah, are you taking notes from the Premier League and now having drinks breaks as well after 20 minutes?
Yeah, hold on, let's just
Fucking hell.
mute myself, turn my camera off.
Oh, well, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate that, dude. You're a good man. Yeah, what's that about? I mean, Neil, I'm cutting down on the drink. I can't even get involved, mate.
Oh yeah, so am I. So am I.
Scumbaggish stuff.
I am trying to. But yes, so we've got Knobhead of the Week. We got Bad eBay Buys. We have also got Fan Zone with Villa. FM Rage looking at Villa. And Dealbreaker, former co-host, original co-host of Down the Local. And has stepped in once to co-host with my good self in the interim time where we went through a couple of people. But yeah, doing a Chelsea review update for Fan Zone. And we have also got all your normal jibber jabber. There is quite a lot of championship games going on tonight and a few Prem. Is there Prem
no
games?
Prem tonight.
No Prem, just championship. Cool.
Yep.
Ooh, it doesn't look like it's been topped up, but we'll take it. Yeah, that's been topped up.
Bloody hell. Some people are hard to please, aren't they, Welsh, eh?
Yep. So what should we start off with? Should we just have a little look at the games at the weekend? Games from the weekend. Pulled up a couple of interesting fixtures, interesting results.
If we must.
We'll try and skip over that one quickly, Sean. But
Thank you.
Obviously, we went and caught the Villa Everton lunchtime game.
Yep,
which
12:30 kickoff on Saturday.
It was. We caught. I think we caught sort of we missed the first 15, 20 minutes. I think.
Something like that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we basically got there when it started to get good.
Yeah, exactly. We got there when it started to be impressive. I'm just trying to get all of the results and fixtures up for the weekend. So yes, there was a championship game on the Friday night, which was Watford-Burnley. No one really cares.
Nope.
But then we had Villa beating Everton, an absolute stonker of a goal from Danny Ings, followed by a well-worked move, ball one in midfield, and then a breakaway, Buendia playing the ball and then getting the return to finish. 10 minutes after coming on for Coutinho, doing more in his 20-minute cameo than Coutinho had done in his 70-minute performance. And now has got to be in a position where he's got to be starting, because that's now, I think, 10 games where Coutinho has not had a single goal involvement.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Filippo. And then a Luca Digne own goal, which they said was a poor own goal. I think there was not very much he could do about it.
No, it was either a tap in or he just tried to get something on it.
Yeah.
Tried to get something on it.
And the deflection that came across, as it came across, kind of hit him on the heels, and it was his momentum.
Yeah.
Normally that hits you on the heel and goes out, but it kind of clipped his heel and went in. But yeah, Ollie Watkins getting 2 assists. You'd kind of want him to get a goal, but 2 assists, they'll take it. Then Arsenal beating Leicester. Not a surprise in terms of the way Arsenal have been playing, you'd expect it. But they...
Now, Melgar.
I've started cutting myself. I can't take it anymore.
Bloody hell. Now you know how me and Neil feel. Cool. Right old pair of grizzly bastards today.
But yeah, I mean, Arsenal at the moment just look very, very good.
Yeah. It's Arsenal, though, isn't it?
They're going to bottle it at some point. Well, they didn't look very good at the start of last season. They got turned over left, right and centre, didn't they? But Gabriel Jesus with a double, Xhaka, and then Martinelli with a very good goal. Xhaka with an assist, and then Gabriel Jesus with 2 goals as well. Villa in desperate need of a striker. Yeah. I think if they provide service to Danny Ings like he got a little bit of at the weekend, they'll be fine. Ollie Watkins, yeah. If Villa want to progress, Ollie Watkins isn't going to get them there.
Welcome
couldn't agree
to
more.
the Badger
Could not agree more.
Brigade.
And there is FM Rage. He's jumped in here, ready to watch himself back. That's vanity for you. Got a lot of time
Love
for
it.
that.
Good man.
Got a lot of time. But yes, a William Saliba own goal and then James Maddison with an assist from Iheanacho getting the goals. All good. All good. Monsieur Rage. But yes, so every time you scratch yourself, it makes a lot of racket. Your beard is getting proper crackly on the old head speaker. Love it.
I extremely coarse hair. That's one way.
What is it?
Sorry.
I don't actually. Is it? Yeah, it's definitely coming through from your side.
Can't tell, man.
Something going on with your audio, Sean, at the moment. It just keeps going all weird and crackly. DJ, scratch that house.
No idea, mate.
And you've gone very quiet as well.
Yeah, can't help with that.
Very bizarre.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, oh. Poppy. It's just. It's quiet at the moment. We've got no noise now. We'll run with it. But you have gone You've gone very, very quiet.
Intriguing. Very intriguing. I'll do some background stuff and let you talk.
Cool. I've turned the volume up there so you can be heard a little bit. But yes, so obviously DJ scratching the house. Brighton and Newcastle 0-0 draw. Surprising, really. I was expecting, to be fair, I was probably expecting more from both teams. Brighton looked quite good under Graham Potter. I was expecting a little bit more from them. And Newcastle have looked relatively tidy under Eddie Howe. So I thought they'd probably be going for it. But alas, no. We end up with a boring 0-0 draw. I think we were talking about the stats as well, where I'd read something about the Premier League hitting 30 years and only 1 in 30 games with 0-0 draws, and then at the weekend you had 2. So that was a kick in the face straight away as soon as they said that. It's brilliant. That's going to be rubbish, isn't it?
One way to cut.
Miguel Almiron and Callum Wilson and Alan St. Maximin could not break down the 3-man of Veltman, Webster and Dunk. It has gone really. It is really bizarre.
Oh, is it the microphone?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's all right when you talk, but every so often it just goes into a full.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Like I say, I can't really help you with that, I'm afraid. Pass.
And then every so often it's fine. It's very odd. Yes, so it's when you move. It seems like it's being very sensitive. Very sensitive.
Yeah, I'm doing what I can.
Man City Bournemouth, unexpected 4-0 win. I suppose most people probably the bit that was unexpected was Haaland not scoring. He got an assist, but not getting a goal. But then as Kevin De Bruyne came out and said afterwards, if he doesn't score, then there's so many people keeping an eye on him. It creates space for the rest of the team. And if they start watching us, then he gets the opportunities and will score. So, it makes sense. It does give them a focal point which they haven't had for a few years. So we kind of we roll with it. We then had, what did we have? Southampton 2, Leeds 2. Who cares? They're both going to be fighting relegation.
I want to lick like all the whipped cream off of you.
And a subscription from Jareen. And then Wolves 0, Fulham 0. Another 0-all draw. Dross. And then we'll quickly skip over Brentford 4, Manchester United 0, moving on. So what we'll do is, while we're having these audio issues, we'll change it up, and we will go to we'll have the first of our fan zones. First of the fan zones for this week, and fingers crossed when we come back after muting everything, it'll be all right.
Massive Villa fan. I'm excited about the upcoming season. There's a lot to look forward to, and it starts very, very soon. So let's rock and roll. What happened last season? Wow, what happened last season? It was a lot. It seemed like a very long and tiring season. Lot of downs, not many ups. I'd say the highlights for us was probably. I think that's how bad it's been. I can't think of really many highlights we've had, to be honest with you. But I'd say Gerrard is coming in for me. He's a big positive for Villa. He's a great manager. Of what I'm hearing, he's a great guy. And I'm really excited to see what he can do with this upcoming season. Now having a full pre-season, getting his players in. And I'm excited for Gerrard. How's your transfer window so far? Well, transfer window so far has gone. It could be better. We've bought in Boubacar Kamara. Of course, we've got Coutinho now, who, in my opinion, I still think he's a little. I think he's lost that spark from what he used to have at Liverpool. He's not the same player anymore, what people think he is. He's just got the same name. That's pretty much about it at the moment. Ludwig Augustinsson is another wing back. I still think we're really short at wing back positions because Gerrard loves to play a narrow formation, so you get your width from your wing backs. And if we have any problems with Matty Cash, especially down that right hand side, we haven't really got much else to bring in to cover. I know we bought in Ashley Young again for another year's contract, but once again, Ashley Young, how old is he now? He's mid-30s. He's not really going to be able to come in and really do. Well, he's going to be a lot worse than what Matty Cash could do. And down the left-hand side, there's similar issues. You know, if we get any injuries to our first choice starter, we've got a lot of problems, especially then down the wing-back areas. So what more do you want or need? Well, at the Villa, there's definitely a lot of stuff and a lot of players that I want. But what I really think we do need is, like I mentioned previously, is a lot more cover at these wing-back positions or in the full-back areas. We need another left wing-back, another right wing-back, and I would love to see another striker. Ollie Watkins, for me, is not really a clinical enough goal scorer, and Ings seems to have come on board to us and just shut down completely. And I really feel now, who's our third choice? Keenan Davis. It's not going to be enough to really mix it up with the big boys. So I reckon we need another striker. To name any, it's off the top of my head, I wouldn't like to name them, but maybe Timo Werner on loan from Chelsea, someone like that. I reckon he could do a job for us in that pressing forward role. But yeah, definitely a striker urgently. Season's expectations. Wow, my season's expectations is I want us to finish in the top 8, which would be absolutely fantastic. It's been a long time since Villa have really ever got close to that. It was probably in the Martin O'Neill days when it was actually, genuinely quite good. But to be realistic, I reckon if we can get in the 12th or above, I reckon I'll be happy with that sort of area where we would finish, as long as we're not near that dreaded drop zone, because you never know. Look at Everton, look at Leeds. All it takes is a bad season, you could find yourself very much in a bit of a predicament. So hopefully top 8, but I'm expecting to finish around maybe 10 to 12, something like that.
There we go. A little Villa update from FM Rage. Sean is just still trying to work out where he's at audio-wise. So while he's doing that, what we'll do is we'll straight away jump in to Dealbreaker J's fan zone, just to give Sean a couple of extra minutes, just a few extra seconds. So straight into the next fan zone, guys. Enjoy.
Hi there, my name's Matt, also known as Dealbreaker J. I'm a Chelsea season ticket holder, and yeah, this is a little bit about the club and the upcoming season. What happened last season? God, what a season that was! I mean, at the start, we kind of went into it with a lot of hope. It was kind of just come off the back of being European champions, having beaten Man City in Portugal. Well, it feels like yesterday, but also ages ago. A lot of the media were saying, right, Chelsea signed Lukaku, the missing piece. We expect them to be up there challenging, if not winning the league. I still thought at the beginning of last season, still a bit much to win the league. I was hoping to be within maybe 10 to 5 points of first place. Didn't happen in the end. We'll get to that in a bit. And things were going great at the start. Things were clicking. Lukaku looked good at the start. Our wing backs were flying. The system looked great. And then the catalyst of where things started to go wrong was when we played Juventus after beating Leicester 3-0. Ben Chilwell got an injury that took him out for the rest of the season, and that just disrupted our whole team. Everything went kind of sour from there. Lukaku had a rogue interview where he upset teammates, the manager. The game plan wasn't quite there. We were struggling for goals. Defensively, we fell apart a bit, and we just kind of lost our way. I think we kind of trundled on through. It was still a good season. I mean, we got to we won the World Club Championship. Depending on how much you want to put into that, we beat, a South American team, but the title's still there. The European Super Cup. We got to the finals of both the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, which was, fantastic. Lost both on penalties to Liverpool, which was a shame. But at the same time, I think it was progress. The fact that Liverpool are such an amazing free-flowing attacking team, they barely had a sniff, I thought, which was very encouraging. Disappointing that we lost. I think we're now 3 FA Cup finals in a row that we've lost. Maybe we're the first in history to do it. I'm not sure. But then also finally, Abramovich had his sanctions, which massively impacted not just the kind of running day-to-day of the club, the fans as well. A lot of them that weren't season ticket holders couldn't go to games. And there was a lot of uncertainty. Now that's obviously fixed. But yeah, that was last season. Kind of what I expected, top 4, but it was very volatile at times, I'd say. How is your transfer window so far? I would say good. Good. I wouldn't say very good yet, but it's looking like it's going to hot up probably over the next couple of weeks. Raheem Sterling is a transfer that on paper looks very good. It's a player that I think will transform us in ways that we haven't had kind of on the wing or up front. He's been excellent, I think, for Man City in England for years and years. My only question mark over that transfer is, he's what, 27, 28, but he started playing at a very high level from 16, 17. So I wonder how many miles he's got left in the tank. We saw it with Cesc Fabregas when he signed for Chelsea. He was brilliant, but his legs seem to go very quickly. But obviously, Raheem Sterling is a player that is pace is his biggest asset. So I'm kind of wondering how long we'll get out of him. Hopefully a long time, but I think in the interim, in the immediate, he'll be very good. Koulibaly, I think he's a fantastic signing. I think if I could nitpick it, I think it's a few years too late, but it's one of those that it could be done because Napoli, very difficult to deal with. He only had 1 year left in his contract. They kind of had to sell or risk losing him on a free. So, yeah, I think they're both excellent signings that, at least in the short term, will be very good for us this season. Obviously, we've lost a few players. We lost Christensen, we lost Rudiger. It looks as though at the time of this being recorded, Marcus Cucurella from Brighton may sign for Chelsea. It's not confirmed yet, but he can offer kind of competition to Ben Chilwell and also play left centre back. So I think defensively he looks good. There's some talk of some other players we don't know yet, but I think at the moment a good transfer window, but could be better, I think. But yeah, going okay so far. What more do you want or need? I think that kind of bleeds into where I was going on the last one about our transfer window. I think we still need a few, which stops it being a very good window. I think we still need a few areas where we can improve. There are going to be some more outgoings. I expect Timo Werner to leave, possibly. I think a number of forward players, maybe Ziyech as well, Pulisic. So I think another winger or a forward, possibly. I'm not sure who that is, but definitely at the moment, Kai Havertz and Armando Broja are the kind of forward options. So yeah, I think we're going to struggle for goals this season. Hopefully, I think Sterling will provide a lot of them, but I don't think he'll make up enough on his own. Obviously, we did okay last year with Lukaku effectively not contributing what we thought he would. So, maybe Havertz can do it for a whole season. He might flourish, but I think we need something up front to replace the goals. There's talk of Frankie de Jong from Barcelona. I think we have some good midfield options already, but I think with Conte and Jorginho coming into the last year of their contracts, and Conte looks like he can't do a whole season, we possibly do need some midfield recruitment, although we have just signed the young lad from Aston Villa. Names escape me at the moment, but we a couple of days ago at the time of recording, he looks like today we've just popped him in to the first team, so maybe he'll be able to step in there. I'm not sure yet. I can't say I've watched him too much. But yeah, I'd say probably a few more recruits, maybe up front on the wing, maybe a midfielder. Kepa maybe going as well, so maybe a goalkeeper. But yeah, I'd say just a few here and there, but up front, I'd say we definitely need some kind of goals up there. Season expectations. I think, to be honest, very, very similar to last year. I think top four is probably the minimum that we should kind of expect, but I wouldn't be surprised if we dropped out just because the people around us are strengthened as well. I would say, I wouldn't want to sound kind of arrogant, but I feel like we're top of that league of teams outside of Liverpool and Man City at the moment. But obviously Tottenham have strengthened. Man United won't be as bad as they were last year. There's no way, I don't think. So they'll be up there. I think Arsenal, a lot of people are expecting them to push on. I think with them having European football now, I think they're not going to have it as easy. Easy is the wrong word, but it's not going to be as straightforward a run with European football to the top four as I had last year. So I kind of expect third or fourth, but I think that Tottenham could be the team that finishes above us out of those teams challenging, but I can't see more than one of those teams finishing above us at the moment. It just depends if something happens in the transfer window, where it transforms them so much that they end up going that way. But yeah, I think that's the way we could look at it. I think Champions League probably very similar into the quarterfinals, maybe semi-finals. I push. I don't expect a kind of charge for the Champions League. It would be great if we did, and sometimes when it happens, it's unexpected. You never know. And the cups, I think, again, it would be great to aim for the final of both. I don't think it's possible again. I think it's very rare for that to happen. But I'd like to be in the final of at least one of those. But again, with cup competition, same as Champions League, you can't really set an expectation for them because it's just a few games when you think about it. So yeah, we'll see. But I think definitely top three. I'd love to say, let's go on a title push. I just think with new ownership, with some new signings in there, I think we've kind of set ourselves another season of let's wait, let's tick over and push forward and see how we go. But yeah, I'd love us to be closer to Man City. Or title challenge would surpass my expectations. I just don't see it. So I'm going to go for top four.
Top four for Chelsea from Dealbreaker. Sean has gone for a full revamp, gone old school on the headphones and microphone. None of this combined jibber jabber. So hopefully now everything is going to be beautiful.
I'm scared to talk.
No, it's fine. It's fine. There was a bit of a weird noise then, but I think that's just maybe knocking out a little bit of the old dust. But yes. So Dealbreaker obviously said there that he didn't think Manchester United could be as bad as they were last year. Oh, the irony.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. Admittedly, he did record this about a week and a half ago. So, you know, he wasn't to know. But, yeah, no, he does. Now he does. But what do you reckon? I mean, obviously, we had two there. I know, obviously, you were trying to sort other bits and pieces out. But FM Rage, ironically, mentioning all the signings that Villa have made, forgetting to mention the most expensive one being Diego Carlos, which probably, maybe he had foresight and knew that actually after 2 games, Diego Carlos wasn't going to kick a ball again for the season.
Yeah, it's probably a good job you didn't mention him then, I suppose.
Yeah, that would have been upsetting, wouldn't it? Just something to look back on and go, oh, shit. But yes, yeah, and, you know, aiming for top 8, I think Villa kind of have to aim towards top 8. But he said realistically, mid-table again, higher than last year, but mid-table finish again. I think, you know, they looked very good for about an hour against Everton, and then they started to shit the pants a little bit. Oh no, sorry, not for an hour. They looked very good, for an hour, not the first hour, but yeah, for that in-between period, and then the last 10-15 minutes, shit their pants against what is arguably a pretty shit Everton team.
Yeah, bang average. Yeah.
And it's shown. I know we haven't done Everton yet, but it's the fall from grace of Dele Alli, where they played the game with 4 wingers instead of playing Dele Alli, who has played as a forward. They played with 4 wingers, and he came on as a sub. He looked shit, and now he's potentially on his way to Besiktas.
Yeah, on loan loan or a permanent deal, which depends on the terms, doesn't it?
9 months after they got him on a free. I mean,
yeah,
it's just
it's hard to believe, really, isn't it?
Yeah, if you told me that 4 years ago or 3 years ago, even if you told me then that Dele Alli would leave Spurs, go to Everton, and then after 9 months be shipped out to Besiktas, at that point in time, you're thinking either Besiktas have had some fucking massive investment, Spurs have fallen off the face of the earth, and Everton have come as a new challenger, or Dele Alli shit his pants.
It's just, to me, it just didn't seem possible, really.
No. And no matter what people think of him as a person, I mean, I know people have criticised his lifestyle and some of the things he does and says for a number of years. As a footballer, you could not believe that this was going to happen, because he genuinely looked like one of those guys who was technically good. He was never technically the best, but he worked.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Yeah, it just looked like he was going to just go from strength to strength, really. It's just hard to believe, really.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy times.
But yeah, so obviously Villa finishing in those sort of positions. I mean, the transfer window's not shut. Yes, Villa probably still need to buy a striker. Yes, they probably now need to get another centre-back with Carlos out for the season. Interestingly, Thilo Kehrer has just completed his move to West Ham from PSG for 10 million quid, which I think is an absolute bargain. I know he ended up not playing huge amounts at PSG towards the end,
Yeah.
but a good player.
Yeah. I mean, when he first went in at PSG, I mean, it was absolutely raved about, wasn't he? And
Yeah.
he looked like he was going to be sort of one of the next big players, defensive players across Europe. So
Yeah, he was. He went in almost as the replacement for Thiago Silva, didn't he?
yeah, never happened. And then he just, don't know, kind of faded off the face of the earth for a bit and just became a bit part player. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he does at West Ham.
Yeah, and I think there was there's been talk with the people that Villa have been looking at, and none of them really jump out as great additions. And I find it bizarre that Romagnoli has he signed for anyone yet?
Pass.
I think he's still
Pass
maybe a free agent, which is just crazy.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe. I don't know whether he was one of the raft of Italian players that ended up in the States, but
I mean, that's ridiculous if he did go to the States because he's only 28. He's not even.
And Bernadeschi's gone there, hasn't he? As well.
Yeah.
Once again, he's not old.
No, but you don't really like him.
I don't like him. No, you're right, but you know.
You're not surprised he's gone there. You probably think that's the level he's at.
Not saying anything. Alessio Romagnoli is at Lazio.
So signed for Lazio.
On the 12th of July, Romagnoli signed a 5-year contract with Lazio.
Oh, well, there you go. I obviously missed that boat. There we go. So
Me too. Me and you both, mate.
Yeah, Romagnoli off the market. But yeah, so, I mean, Villa have been looking at a guy who plays in a Swedish international who plays in Turkey, and a guy who was playing for Napoli, maybe. But yeah, again, not mass amounts of money. They're looking at maybe 10, 12 million for a player as a backup. And I'm thinking, well, if you can get someone in who is 25, 26, pay decent money and get him in for the long term, because quite clearly Gerrard wants Diego Carlos. He's not, he can't make his mind up on who he likes least, whether it's Chambers, Konsa, or Mings. The only certainty is he does not rate Courtney House at all.
No, that's that is the only one.
Yeah. So the other ones, I mean, just get one person in, and then next season you don't have to worry about any of them. Job done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just bring a loan player in or something, maybe for a season.
Yeah, get your back up and loan to buy or something like that. Just really bizarre. And then obviously deal breaker, talking about Chelsea there. Obviously we kind of touched on his comments on Man United. We skip over those again. But Cucurella going in there. Obviously the interview with deal breaker was, I think, 2 days before the Cucurella deal was signed, sealed and delivered. He thought, good signing, happy with it. Lot of money, but looked very good last season at Brighton. Looks like he could fulfill a role at Chelsea. Interesting to see how that fits with Ben Chilwell when he's fit again.
Yeah.
But his final points around thinking that it's going to really be a fight between Chelsea and Spurs for that third and fourth place. Who's going to finish third? Because
I think Arsenal will be there or thereabouts as well somehow.
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe that they wouldn't be.
No, and I think we both said when Earth Made Dan done the Arsenal roundup, Arsenal aren't going to win the Europa League.
No.
So if they come out of the Europa League, they don't go into the Conference League, so they're out of Europe. So I think come January, anyway, I don't think Arsenal are going to be playing much European football because they don't have the strength in depth, and I don't think Arteta will run the risk of burnout on players.
No.
So there will be
No,
elements
I
of
think-
rotation. And
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll be domestic cups are what Arsenal will end up focusing on. I think they will do well in the FA Cup like they always do, and they'll finish top 4.
you think they'll get that place? Do you think it's Chelsea to drop out?
Yeah. No, Tottenham. It'll be Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal was your top 4.
Ooh. Tottenham 5th?
Yep.
Okay, so this now is the biggie. Because we know Man United are in a massive state of flux.
Yep.
Eric Ten Hag has been named as favourite for the sack.
Yes,
in the sack
yeah, I
race.
heard. Yeah, yeah.
Who finishes 6th?
What? I'm below Tottenham. West Ham. West Ham. Like I say, Newcastle could finish there. Brighton could finish there. Brighton have looked really, really good. God, yeah, a whole host of teams.
It's an
frankly,
interesting one,
you
isn't
know,
it? I think that final Europa League place this year, or Conference League, whichever
I'm
way
being
they
a
go
complete
with.
blank, and I'm just not thinking about who else is in the league. I'm having a mental fart right now. But yeah, there's so many teams that could finish there. Palace,
Yeah.
they could finish there. Looked absolutely superb on Monday night against Liverpool. So,
I'm with
yeah.
you. I genuinely think any of the teams that you kind of expect to finish between 6th and maybe 12th, any one of them could finish in any position. I think your bottom end of the table is kind of done. But I think, genuinely, I think it could be any one. I think you could as easily see Manchester United finishing 6th as you could see them finishing 12th.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure we're going to touch on Man United a bit more in depth at some point, but they just it's we're 2 games in.
Okay.
To suggest that Ten Hag's going to get sacked is just it's the same old hysteria that's been surrounding Manchester United's off season, really, and it's just not going away.
No, and do you know what? I think one of the things that's quite interesting is I've not heard any of the Man United fans saying about Ten Hag getting sacked. They've all been shouting for the Glazers to go, and I'm thinking, well, I'd rather not touch on Man United.
Yeah, crazy. I would rather not as well, but at the same time, I'd quite happily sit here and give an absolute brutally honest opinion on where they're at.
But yeah,
but yeah, like you said, that they could still win the league. They could finish rock bottom on 0 points with 2 games in, and and performances have been extremely poor. I think there's a couple of players there that potentially don't want to be there, and I think it does show on the pitch, and probably shows off the pitch as well. I'm not gonna, like I said, I think I mentioned to you in midweek. I'd like to have touched on some of Gary Neville's comments from the weekend during the show. Well, I mean, because Gary Neville, I'm assuming crazy is a Manchester United fan as well, so it'd be interesting to see what you think as well. But Gary Neville's absolute outburst on Saturday after the game to Jamie Redknapp, essentially taking all the blame off the players and saying that it's purely the Glazers' fault. Old Trafford's in ruins.
How?
Carrington is in ruins.
Yeah.
This is what I'm, the infrastructure is rotten to the core, and that's why the team's not performing. And Jamie Redknapp quite clearly turned around and said, no, did you watch the game today? The players are not performing. And Gary Neville just wouldn't take it for 1 second and said, no, it's the club that's rotten. It's the club that's rotten. This is what's wrong with the club. That's wrong with the club. The supporters are unhappy because this isn't being invested in. That's not being invested in. They need to buy players. They're not buying players. And I'm like, hang on. I meant to do it before the show, but I wanted to bring up and see exactly how much the Glazers are spent on the team since they've been there. I mean, we're talking. It's probably it's a net more. Yeah, it's a net more than what City have probably spent.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that. Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Must be surely.
And
it's probably it's net more than what Liverpool have spent. It's maybe not Chelsea. It'll be more than what Arsenal spent.
Yeah.
It's more than what any other club has spent in that league. And you are now in a disarray because your squad isn't quite right. Maybe spending your way out of trouble in the transfer market is not going to fix this. Crazy. I personally saw truth in both their opinions. There is blame on both. I do agree. There is blame on both. I think that there is a certain amount of with the ownership that there's oversight in the infrastructure, in the blaming it on training facilities or blaming it on a bit of mold in the stadium isn't necessarily going to affect performances and things like that. But I don't think, frankly, that's probably where I'm at, to be honest, is that to me, that watching that squad of players, they don't look like they care about playing for Manchester United. Frankly,
No.
they just don't care. They really don't care. And, I think that is the bare minimum that you should do as a footballer, is care about the club that you're playing for.
I mean, when you go back through the years of the amount of players that have come through the setup at Manchester United, and you've got McTominay and Rashford, that's it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And instead, you're buying in players.
Yeah.
Instead,
spending
you got
amounts of money on players that just aren't really up to it.
No, you got Dean Henderson there, who was absolutely raging that he didn't play for Manchester United last season. You're letting him go out on loan. What are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing? And I'm not in any way slating David De Gea, because I think David De Gea is one of the few that is there, and he is, he's in this for the long run. I think it showed after the game at the weekend.
Yeah.
That he truly does care about wearing that shirt. He's one of the few.
Yeah.
But there comes a time when you have got to move things on. You've got to regenerate. You've got to refresh things.
Yeah.
If you're bringing in new centre backs, it's probably a good time to change your goalkeeper, frankly.
Yeah, I agree. And I think also with De Gea as well, I mean, we're saying he cares, but he has had his moments where he's kicked off a little bit and said he wants to leave when he thought Real Madrid were kind of be sniffing around. And, he's been there for 10 years now, maybe 11 years. And because he went in at 19, didn't he? So, at 19, I think he's now at 30. And this is a guy who's had, over that period of time, probably 7 or 8 good seasons. But if you look at the last 5, 3 of them have been a bit ropey at best.
Yeah. I mean, sandwiched in with some of the best performances he's made for the club, though. Like I said, I think with David,
fantastic. Last season, he was fantastic.
Yeah, I think, as I say, he's one of the few that I wouldn't point the finger at.
Yeah.
Frankly, crazy. Dean wanted to leave because of broken promises from last season, but the club should have stopped him. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Crazy. I think that I think the way that he was treated at the club last season was absolutely shambolic. And that's shameful, really. What's happened and what he said it just absolutely pours on what Manchester United is all about at the minute, and that. I'm not going to say it's rotten, but I mean, there's been talk for years and years and years and years of the culture in and around the squad is shite. Alexis Sanchez, when he first signed for Man United, apparently he come home from his first day of training and said to his agent, "Get me out of here."
Yeah.
After his very first training session, he said, "Just there is not a winning mentality at this club."
No.
He goes, "That it's all wrong," and he wanted out from the first day. So no wonder we never saw anything Alexis Sanchez in a Man United shirt. That says it all. Just the culture there is just shocking. And I think as Crazy just said, there's no self pride. It's not a team that's willing to fight to win football matches anymore.
No.
And it shows in the performances we've had this season. Those 2 games that's a team of 11 players that went out there and didn't look like they wanted to win. It was half-hearted at best. At best.
When you go back to like the Alex Ferguson days it was a fortress. Teams would turn up at Manchester United expecting to lose. And Man United could go out and not play well and win the game because the other team were already mentally lost.
And
it happens so often because and and they outfought
Liverpool had that
teams.
last season, I felt, as well.
Yeah, to an extent, yeah. But they outfought teams, but even when they didn't, they still won because teams there was that intimidation. That's long gone.
It's absolutely
that's
gone.
long gone. And you can't, and there is no way that they can blame the Glazers for that. The only thing they can blame the Glazers for is poor choices of high up members of the club, maybe CEO or maybe directors of football and things like that, because they've made bad choices in managers, not just in who they hire, but how quickly they get rid of them. And I think that's genuinely cheers buddy. But yeah, I genuinely think that's one of the biggest issues. You look through, only Mourinho and Ollie have lasted more than a season. Oh no, Van Gaal was there for 2.
Yeah, and they sacked him after they won a trophy.
Yeah,
the day after,
literally 2 days later, because Mourinho was available.
Crazy.
And no one, and that's over 10 years. Guys have you've gone from having a manager who's been there for 30 years, nearly 25 years, to suddenly sacking a manager. The longest running manager was 2 seasons. And you just offload him because you've not had immediate success. I think giving David Moyes the team straight after Ferguson was not the best option. I understood why. But David Moyes still hasn't won anything.
No.
In all his years in football, he still hasn't actually won anything relevant at the clubs. And yeah, he's doing great. He's doing a great job with West Ham. He ain't going to win anything.
No.
And he may get given a bigger job. Oh, well, he won't. He won't get given another big job.
No, it's his last big job, I think.
Yeah,
really.
But he's not going to win anything with West Ham because last season, when they were flying, a couple of hiccups. And the problem is, I think, you look at a lot of managers and they're consistent. Irreverent, cutting already.
Put it down, Melgard. Put it down.
Ed Woodward was deemed. Yeah, Ed Woodward was deemed as a failure as a CEO. I think most of them have been.
It was deemed a failure purely because I don't think he was a footballing man. His previous job before Manchester United he was an investment banker.
Mm-hmm.
What he done off the pitch for Manchester United was superb.
Yeah.
In the same way that Murta will do for us now. Man United share price went up 4% today.
Yeah.
So things are fantastic off the pitch, and as long as that's continuing, that's what matters.
Johnny Murta was also a very good coach. So you'd hope that there will be an element of that goes into it will translate at some point into the football side of things. But Erik ten Hag is arguably the best person for the job, so long as he gets given the opportunity to clear out people, and he doesn't just do what most Dutchmen do when they go to a new club and sign loads of Dutch players, because that creates a bit of a toxic atmosphere in most situations anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say the Dutch are a little bit insufferable in a group.
Yeah.
But no, it's one of them ones. I think regardless, you've got to give managers time. If he does get sacked, then I think it says a lot more about the model that the club are being run at. Put them all on a cruise ship called Failure and let it have the same fate as the Titanic. Like it. I got a lot of love for that. Lewis Nani said in an interview today, there is no hunger in the current Man United squad. Yeah, I think crazy. I think that says a lot of it. I don't think there is any hunger whatsoever from any of them. And none of those players have got anything to play for. Rashford's gone. When PSG was sniffing around him, I'd pay for his Eurotunnel.
Yeah, why?
That's what I mean. Mate, go. And if I was Marcus Rashford, I'd go as well. Just get out of there. Go do something different. Go restart your career again. Because at Man United, he's just going to stagnate now. He's fucked.
And
he's fucked. He'll end up going to Everton on a free, and then discussing a deal with Besiktas after 9 months.
If he's lucky, he might end up at Fenner. But yeah, genuinely, I think the Rashford thing, getting given 200 grand a week or 120 grand at 19, and then 200 grand a week at 22, crazy. I think when you look at potentially the signings that have been muted, you live in hope that none of them have necessarily been true. But you look at Arnautovic, what on earth is that thought process? Wish Zlatan.
Yeah.
And who was the other one at the same time? Oh, Rabiot. And
Rabiot, yeah.
Rabiot said no because of personal terms.
It's hilarious.
Rabiot doesn't want to sign for Man United. Fuck me,
mate. Honestly, that I wouldn't even have him in our Sunday Leagues team. No, he's that bad. He's awful.
That's the thing, isn't it? You don't, as a
He's
Manchester
turning you
United
down.
fan, as a Man United fan, you don't want Rabiot. You're like, oh, fucking hell, why do we want Rabiot?
Yeah, what are we doing?
And then the irony is he says, don't want to agree personal terms with you. You're shit.
Yeah, good man. He's like, yeah, change your mind. Can we go in for him?
Exactly. You don't know at that point in time. You don't know whether to laugh or cry. You don't know whether it's a good thing that he said no, or whether it's a bad thing that Rabiot said no. The fuck?
Exactly, yeah. In hindsight, we should not have given Bruno a new contract. Yeah, totally agree. Never should have. Most overrated signing in the last decade of the Premier League, I think. It just came in, scored a load of penalties, scored a few decent goals, and it's done piss all since.
Yeah. Last season, Ronaldo comes in, takes penalties off him, takes free kicks off him. Bruno showed that actually bang average footballer.
Yeah.
And now trying to sign Casemiro and Pulisic. Now, I mean...
Yeah. Now, they're like the only two decent players we've been linked with in the last 3-4 weeks. I watched that Cody Gakpo last night for PSV. Poor is all I'll say. Poor, very poor. That Moises Caicedo we're looking at as well.
Caicedo, the young guy who Man United tried to sign from Ecuador originally, and then went to Brighton. There was a load of teams in. He signed for Brighton, then didn't Brighton send him out on loan anyway? Apparently really tidy, but so he's gone in now. I mean, I can't imagine Brighton letting him go. He's replaced Basuma, but
I mean, like, why are you going in for play? Well, it's the same. So we pointed out Manchester United as knobheads of the week a good 5-6 weeks ago because they constantly go for players that don't want to leave.
Yeah, still chasing around after thingy.
Why are you doing it? Yeah, and now that they're saying that the De Jong thing, they think it's not going to happen. It's like, no.
We told you that.
If they watched this show, if he'd watched this show, we would have told you that then.
Yeah.
Absolute planks. Scouting and planning is so bad after Rabiot. Yeah, awful. I mean, Casemiro is a much better player than Rabiot, so he's never going to join.
No, but also Casemiro 30, and if he goes to Man United, that's one big final payday. And I've just seen the garbage man in midfield.
Yeah, I know. I know. I was trying not to laugh down the microphone at that. No, God, that's a cracking shout. They should get in for him. Go tap up hold Johnny on Twitter. Go. I got a deal for you.
So I think this kind of leads us in to maybe a little bit of knobhead, but I just want to touch on the fact that I've just seen Championship scoreline. Coming up to half time, Reading 1, Blackburn 0.
Yeah, I know.
Go on the freaking Royals.
I was keeping half an eye on that as well. Couldn't believe it.
After being so shit at the weekend, getting dicked 4-0 by a shitbag team who have just come up from the division below, and you go up there, you go and play 5 at the back and 1 up front. Christ alive, Paul
Could be worse, mate. You could be playing Brentford.
Could be worse, mate. You could have Paul Ince in charge. Right.
Okay. That's that game of top jumped over.
Yeah, I win. Let's kick on. Talking of knobheads. Oh, what's he done there? Knobhead of the week. I had to improvise there because the sound didn't come up for some reason.
Oh, that's a shame. What is it with sound tonight?
It's just always...
The sound of silence.
Yeah, I don't don't even know why it wasn't there. Why it's not kicking in? It's crap, isn't it? I might just bin it. Fuck it. Right. I'll just make it up as I go along. Let's go. Who is Knobhead of the week? Oh no, give us a rundown because I know there's normally a list that you've had to work through.
Oh mate, honestly, I've not even made a list this week because there's so many. I'm gonna have like a game of mental kaplunk and just keep pulling out knobheads until one drops. I'm sure that could go many different ways. Melgard, it's either Nunez or De Gea. Well, I can touch on both of those. So Nunez, so for those who've been living under a rock, tried to square up to Joachim Andersen, who fell over like a Mortal Kombat character.
Finish him.
Yeah, literally just kind of just went
Fatality.
yeah. I just expect him to stand up and just his head kind of been doing that.
Just the spinal cord be pulled out by Nunez.
yeah. But that was hilarious, really. I can't actually give Nunez Knobhead of the week for that because, to be honest, he didn't even put the butt on him. He just sort of stood up and went like kind of squared up to him, and I could picture someone in our Sunday League team doing that on.
Standing up, squaring up to him, or throwing herself on the floor and rolling mad.
No, standing up, squaring up to someone, and then them kind of rolling around on the floor. But I can't give it to Nunez for that because I thought that was handbags from Anderson, to be honest. But I mean, there was handbags going on there for quite a while. Prior to that, I could see them niggling at each other, making fun of each other's hairbands and things like that. Quiz, but I mean, you got to. Yeah, I couldn't. No chance. De Gea as well. I mean, yeah, that was a bit of a joke, really, wasn't it? That was pretty bad. But in all fairness to him, he did come out after the game and say, "Hey, who's the goose? My fault." So I can somewhat de-knobhead him a little bit. If he hadn't have done that, he would have been a strong contender, but he's not. Other strong contenders for this weekend, well, of course, we had Thomas Tuchel and Antonio Conte. After having a little thumb war, one of the quickest thumb wars we've ever seen in Premier League history, to which neither team won, unfortunately. Once again, handbags at dawn. I've kind of worked out that Kai Havertz is a love child of Thomas Tuchel and Steve Cooper. That's the one thing I did learn from this weekend. If you take both of them, but it's Kai Havertz, you will see that. Just ridiculous, That whole thing was, and then Thomas Tuchel coming out afterwards and kind of being like, well, neither goal should have stood, like little Rumpelstiltskin out of Shrek. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But I'm not going to give him Knobhead of the week either. They both get away with it.
I'd just like to also add to that. Thomas Tuchel fancies his chances against Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte's a very angry man. I wouldn't run the risk.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even shake his hand. I'd have just.
Thomas Tuchel looks like a geography teacher in a tracksuit. Or he
looks like a crack addict.
Well, yeah. Get my heather out. Find a vein. Allegedly.
He does. I'm telling you now, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, if you type into Google Rumpelstiltskin Shrek, you will find pictures of Thomas Tuchel. You will find pictures of him. It is him. Ridiculous. I'm Irish. Seen the Irish team in person, mate. Oh, okay, right.
No. We're talking.
Oh, going about Shane Long.
They've gone into a love
right.
FM Eternity talent Tom McIntyre, legend. With the goal,
right.
And then we've got Reading man Shane Long. Man's a legend. Will drag Reading up a gear. Yep, and he's got Schlong on his locker.
Good man.
Yeah. Messages Anderson got for it were not nice. No, they weren't. But equally, don't be a prick. You know, I am very much. I get really fucked off when people roll around on the floor when nothing's happened.
Yeah.
So it proper winds me up because referees. You put referees where they have to make a decision. Anyone who calls it gamesmanship is a prick. It's unsportsman behaviour.
Exactly. They should have both been sent off.
Yeah.
Frankly. Both should have been. And
yeah.
the fact that, as you say, Anderson gets straight back up and just sort of stands around looking all smug about it. Just,
Yeah.
I think, nah, mate, you should have gone as well. You were very, very lucky.
No
Very,
different.
very
No
lucky.
different to
Anyways.
Ronaldo being a winker when Rooney got sent off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
But where was I? Yeah, so neither Thomas Tuchel or Antonio Conte gets Knobhead of the Week. George Byers is a very, very, very strong contender for Knobhead of the Week. If those of you who don't know about this, this happened in the game last night. He plays for Sheffield Wednesday. They had a man sent off after 10 minutes, I think it was. 1-0 down in the first half. It's about the 40th minute, and Darren Moore decides to shuffle his pack a bit and says, well, okay, well, we're never going to get anything out of this game now. We just got to seal it up and try and make for the worst. So he brings off George Byers, who throws a full-on tiz. He has a right paddy and shoves away the coach. The coach then tries to grab hold of him. They're having a little argy-bargy on the side of the touch line. It spoils up the stairs. The goalkeeper gets involved and drags Byers away. It's one of the worst tiffs that I've probably seen of a player getting substituted off. I can't remember what there's a couple of anecdotal references from the Sky Sports team of that happening. So, but like I say, he comes in a very close second for Knobhead of the Week, because Knobhead of the Week, as we know and we've known for quite some time, is Erling Haaland.
Okay.
Mugged off Steichi, didn't he, mate? I'm not having it.
Oh,
I'm not having it. I'm making. I told you again. I'm making a stand on this show. I'm standing up for one of our own here. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
This
just
is
drastic,
ongoing
mate.
forever. And genuinely, I thought Gary Neville was going to get it.
Also, honourable mention for Graham Souness as well.
Yeah, well, he's just...
Because we love giving it. We absolutely love giving Knobhead of the Week to Graham Souness after he sits next to Karen Carney and refers to football as a man's game.
Yeah. And also...
You think...
Also, slagged off Tyrone Mings based on an interview Tyrone Mings done 2.5 years ago and made out like it's just happened. And then Tyrone Mings said, I don't know why he's bringing this up from 2 years ago. And Graham Souness essentially says, you need to sort your life out. Mings is like, fuck up, mate.
2.5 years ago, you idiot.
You need to think about what you said. I thought about it. That's why I've not said it again, you prick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe you need to think about what you said.
Yeah.
Mugging off some lass who sat right next to you, you prick.
It's a man's game.
Fuck off back to the biffer bins of Liverpool, you bellend.
It's quite clearly not a man's game because none of the girls fell over quite as easily as Joachim Andersen during the Euros.
Yeah, exactly. Mate, one
Big
of
Jill
a proper
Scott,
game of football.
Big Jill Scott, she would have given Nunes headbutt back and then a full uppercut.
Yeah, Willie Bright would have had him for breakfast, mate. Nunes would be running scared from her. But yeah, Knobhead of the Week is unquestionably because of. I'm not even gonna waste you lot's time because it's Erling Haaland. Easy. Earth Mode Dan, welcome in, mate.
Dan, how are we? Melgard, what about Ronaldo saying he will give an interview in 2 weeks to sort out what's up and down instead of doing it instantly? But that's because he hopes to be
the reason
gone in
why.
2 weeks.
No, I was gonna say that'll be his unveiling signing for his new team.
Yep, exactly right.
Cryptic Melgard.
2 weeks time, and equally Melgard, what will happen? That interview in 2 weeks will be very dependent. Transfer window shuts in 2 weeks, so that interview will be very much either. Do you know what? It's all been a big misunderstanding. I'm really happy to be here, or the atmosphere is really toxic. I couldn't wait to get out. Without me, they would have finished 10th. You know, it's kind of... It's one of those. Graham Souness talk, I see. Yeah. You mentioned where Paul Pogba is all of the...
Don't get me started on Paul Pogba. Stop it. We'll be here all night.
Bloody injured, isn't he? Standard.
Yep.
Yeah, good work. I mean, that's the best. That's possibly one of the worst and best deals that Man U have done. 89 million for Paul Pogba, where he didn't really want to be there, and then offloading him on a free transfer, and he's injured straight away. I mean, that's almost as cool as Diego Costa. I don't get why he would say anything instead of just keeping his mouth shut. Well, that's because he can't keep his mouth shut. People can't. They run on, don't they? They fucking run on, don't they?
They love a chirps, don't they? Absolutely love a chirps.
So that means this week. Oh, what's he done there? Knobhead of the week. Erling Haaland, prick. And if anyone's got any issues with that, please, send them our way.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Because we can say shit on this show. Yeah.
Got injured after making a documentary about how he was going to prove United wrong.
Hey! And called it Pogumentary. Come on, that's the worst name ever.
And also, what did Man United get wrong? They paid him loads of money. They wanted him to play. He didn't perform, and then wanted out.
They offered him even more money.
They offered him more money to stay. So what did they get wrong?
Yeah, exactly. I know, they've done everything right.
People are so stupid. Jordan's doing Katie Price Jordan's doing a documentary as well about what Man United have got wrong. Why not?
Is it just all about Dwight York?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They didn't make him and Mark Bosnich wear appropriate clothing. So yes, could have been part-time job as an influencer. Who? Not Paul Pogba.
I was going to make such a joke then. I'm not going to.
Paul Pogba is not the only influencer he is. No, in fact, that's not.
It's a bad influencer.
He's not. It's his agent. He's the only influencer. So.
Oh well, shame he's gone.
Should we move on? Let's move on to a little bit of this.
Oh.
You want how much for that? Bit of shit. Bad eBay boys. There we are. Boom. So this week we've got some interesting things on here. But we've got some real shit as well. And one of them is really shit just because it's my own personal opinion more than anything else.
Oh, cool. I look forward to this.
Yeah. Reading have made it to half-time. 1-0. Up the road. I'm not biased here. Sheffield United beating Sunderland 1-0. West Brom 0. Cardiff 0. Stoke 1. Middlesbrough 1. If we could just stop the championship right now, I'd be happy. Because that means West Brom, Luton and Coventry all go down.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, me too then.
And that's then John Swift, your little money-grabbing dickwad. See you later.
Hey!
And Luton, obviously, in the playoffs last season. And Reading are 9th, so we're nowhere near trouble. So we'll take that.
Yay!
And we're above Norwich, so that gives me shut-your-face Norwich fans for a few weeks as well. So we could just stop it now. COVID, kick in again, it's fine. We're going to lockdown, cancel all football.
No more COVID. No.
It's where we got the best bad eBay buys because everyone sold all their shit because they needed the money. Anyway,
mate, with inflation, you get even better.
Yes, man, you're almost spot on. Last week, last time we done it, you were very close, Melgard. So people. Oh, little crack there. Here we go. First up this week, we have an antique football soccer memorabilia award prize wall sign shield German.
What?
Woo! So basically, I'll break it down for you. Break it down.
That's a prop from Gladiator.
That's essentially what they've said within it.
I put Olivia Newton's name on it. There you go.
So German trophy. This is
a heckleback. I've been paying attention.
An interesting item of German football memorabilia, a large metal steel shield in the form of a football. I mean, it's not, it's a circle, isn't it? It's a shield, it's not in the form of a football. Fuck me. Embossed letters, Die Fußballmeister, basically German soccer champion. This is a unique copy of the Bundesliga Championship original. Found in... as found conditions, obviously it's relatively old, rust, oxidization, dents, scratches, holes being put through it, where they likely tried to attempt to make it into a shield or a mount. I mean, it's a replica of the Bundesliga trophy, and someone's put holes in it to try and turn it into a shield. You're brilliant.
Try and hang it on the wall, like.
It comes from Germany via tracking. Blah blah blah. Thanks for looking. There we go. That's all it tells you. I mean, it's an alright looking piece. It's not hideous. I've seen much worse.
Yeah.
What are we reckoning?
Well, for that bit of shit,
There's lots of dents.
Melgard, $8.5 grand.
$8.5 grand. It's a replica. It's not an original. It's not been stolen from Bayern Munich's trophy cabinet.
That changes things a little bit then.
Yeah. The original is much more silver, so you can see this is very worn and things like that. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They are being very honest here. They're not saying as won by Bayern Munich in 1974. They've actually this is a complete replica. 500.
Right, you've gone down a whole $8 grand on that.
And Jareen's gone in on $4 grand.
Okay. I'm gonna say 1,200 quid. Badge.
1,200. Dan, Earthmate Dan. Crazy Boom. People, get your bids in.
Go on, you got to play on. $2 grand. Right. Saucy.
$2 grand. Cool.
Getting saucy.
Let's move on. Next up. It's one of these again. 2018. Give you 200 quid for it. Bargain. 2018 Futera Unique World Football Memorabilia 1 of 1 Joe Hart Man City shirt. Now, this is really good. We had one of these on a long time ago. Not a Joe Hart one, another one.
Yeah, I remember. I think I vaguely remember it.
Where it is essentially just a little bit of a cutout of Joe Hart's shirt. Now, my question on this straight away is I'm not even sure if they're claiming it's an original shirt. I'm not convinced based on the fact that the A and the R aren't even level on the print.
Yeah, that'd send me around the flipping bend, that would.
Yeah. So basically what we're saying here is you're paying for a tiny piece of dodgy material, but a 24 karat gold plated surround frame. That's what you're paying for. That's where we're at, boys and girls. So them, they, she, all the others. I say boys and girls so often, and I now realise that I could be offending some people. Anyway, we move on. For international buyers, it tells me nothing more than 2018 Futera Unique World Football Memorabilia 1 of 1 Joe Hart Man City. That is it. That's all you get, people. Melgard 12,500.
Filler.
Jareen 50p.
50p.
Crazy's in on 500.
500. All right.
Sean, where you at? Dan, where we at?
They're going to be $2 grand. Yeah, I'm going to say $2 grand. Another deluded. Well and truly deluded this time.
2,000 of your English pounds. Right. £1.
Yeah.
Good work. It's what Joe Hart's worth
like
now.
It.
In
Yep.
West Ham backup? I don't even know who he's back up to anymore. Did he get another? Oh no, he's at Celtic, isn't he?
He's at Celtic, yeah. Somehow
after Burnley decided they didn't want him, he went to Celtic. Cool. Finally, and this is where we get silly. Mason Mount. Football boots. I mean, we all know that I am not Mason Mount's biggest fan. I'm also not his second worst fan. But this will get you a Zoom call with Mason Mount and a pair of his match-worn custom boots. So this does have some information. So bear with me, children, while I just get to it. Chelsea and
they're ugly as fuck.
Yeah, they're not great, are they? Chelsea and England footballer Mason Mount has generously donated a pair of match-worn boots, which have been given a customisation by artist Jordan Dawson. No relation to Michael or Craig.
They actually said that?
Or Matt. No, I just added that in, just in case people got Yeah.
Yeah, I was just checking. People do talk some bollocks,
No,
don't they?
they do. Please speak
And
to that.
when I say people, I just so we can clarify this as well, because we don't want to offend anyone. I mean carbon-based Earth dwellers.
Yeah, cool.
Just to be safe here, I don't upset anyone.
Plus, speak to the man himself on a Zoom call. All proceeds of this sale will go to Together for Short Lives, of which Mason is a very proud patron. The monies raised will support the charity's work with the UK's 99,000 life-limited children and their family, which is great. But then you realise that this is on a buy it now, I think. I don't think it's on auction. It's on buy it now. Oh, no, sorry. I lie. It is on auction. It is on auction.
Oh, well,
There have been 2 bids.
Okay.
I can't see what. Can I see what the bids were? Bids are 2,500 quid. So nothing's really going on there. So it is on bids. So at least, you know, they're making a bit of an effort. But what else? What else does it say? It also says... Why can't I find it anymore? Here we go. Tell me more about your boots, man. It's all gone wrong, people. So bear with me, caller.
We got bids flying in though. In the meantime, of $5,000 from Jareen.
Here we go.
And Melgard almost $3,500.
Oh no, it just then tells me. Sorry, I've wasted your time. All it says in all his other jibber jabber is thank you for
very
your
much.
support, and then a registered charity. So yeah, so he wore those boots with Money Mace. Thinks he's freaking Floyd Mayweather, don't he? And they're silver Nike
Fight
Phantoms.
I'd love to see.
Oh yes, me too. So where are we going on these? No, oh my God, they're hideous. $5,000. I like it. What would you have paid if they were nice? 3,500 quid from Melgard. What else have we got, people? Crazy, Dan, Shawnee boy, where are we at?
Oh, $3,000 for the Zoom call alone.
What are you going to tell him though, Crazy? What are you going to tell Mason Mount? Please reject all future England call-ups.
Yeah, is this where there's kind of a special bonus prize for this week's bad eBay buys of who has the best message for Mason Mount?
Oh yeah.
That could be like the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
If we all end up on the same points, give us your best message to Mason Mount.
Yeah, you get this call with Mason. You get a Zoom call with Mason Mount. I want to know how long, if it's a guaranteed length of time for a call, so that I can just basically go, Mason, you're not good enough.
How did you get to play for Chelsea so much when you're this bad?
Yeah. You keep getting called up for England. You do fuck all for your club. You do fuck all for your country. What on earth is going on?
Go on, then, Mason. Tell us. Who you shagging? Go on, tell
exactly.
us. Come on.
Is it Gareth?
Is it? Is that, yeah. It is, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
What have you got on him? Yeah. I want to know.
If someone told me Gareth Southgate was a brown noser, I'd believe it straight away. You seen the size of that conch?
So, how much for Mason Mount's pair of match? Dan's got $8,000. Crazy's on $3,000. Melgard is on $3,500. Sean, what do you reckon?
I'm gonna say 10. 10.
10.
Big 10. Yeah. Big 10 grand.
Big tens. You'd be disappointed. Right. Or not, actually, as the case may be. So, let's get this bad boy dragged. Oh, that's worked much better this week. Free postage for the boots, though.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
26 quid postage for the shield. £148.83 because it's in euros and they've translated it. So,
grab yourself
Dan,
a deal.
I'll give you 200 quid, mate. You'd get, hold on, with that 26, you'd get 25 English pounds back in change. Good work, Jareen. You wouldn't even get part. Well, I mean, you'd get like a minimal amount of the postage back. That's it. Oh no, you said
Sad
4
times.
grand. 50p was the next one, wasn't it?
Yep.
So 4 grand. I mean, you get shed loads of change. But Dan,
Yeah.
close, my friend, close. But
Very good.
Next up,
Very good.
next up. 2018 Futera. Again, from Europe. 287 of your English pounds plus 14 pence. And then the delivery charge. So taking it to about 300 quid. And in amongst this, we have got... What have we got? 12.5 grand from Crazy. Crazy is quite clearly thinking that gold is going to have another inflation. It's going to have another bounce. Doreen's 50p. I mean, it's weird, isn't it? That Doreen's 50p is closer than Melgard's bid. Crazy in on 500 quid. £200 out. Closest to the moment. Dan went with a quid.
Dan was a quid. Yeah.
You went for...
£2 grand.
£2
Yeah, I
grand,
went full on deluded on this
you
one.
went big
Yeah,
biggies.
I know.
Biggie Smalls.
I've been double bluffed again.
Yeah.
Double
And
bluffed.
finally, and bearing in mind, Mason, this is for a Zoom call with Mason Mount, and also it is for charity, and bids are coming in. I mean, there's not been any additional bids since I found it today, but there have been 2 bids. I think it's topped out already though. £2,500.
I mean, it's somewhat believable. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of the best week you probably had. This week feels like we've actually played bad eBay buys.
Yeah, they're
Whereas
back.
in all the other ones before have just been like some sort of crazy acid trip
Yeah.
of weird,
bizarre numbers of what people want.
Yeah, I feel like I had too many mushrooms in my dinner or something. You know, I just sit here going, what on earth? I feel really quite deflated, to be honest. I mean, I was in a bad mood anyways, Neil. The show's not gone very well with the issue with the microphone. I got to rant about Knobhead, and now bad eBay buys have sort of just left me a bit flat, really.
Well,
I feel like a bottle of Coke if you shook it up and left it on the side.
We're not finishing with bad eBay buys today because obviously we've got to announce the new one. But why people not deluded? I know. But
I know, Melgard, what's going on? Has everyone finally like calmed down a little bit?
I don't know on this one.
Crazy's got a message.
Ooh.
What's this?
I'll tell Mason 3 things. 1, stop playing in Wembley. You can't cut it. Then I'll tell him the name Mason is a bit like a dog now. You might want to change it for branding. Yep. I'm guessing dodgy these days, or actually,
dodgy.
I was thinking you call your dog Mason. I like that as well.
That's a good name for a dog, actually.
And then seriously, Money Mace would have been calling Schoolyard Pal stupid these days.
Exactly.
I mean, all you can say is he may not have designed. He may have had no creative input on the boots and were just told they were going to charity if he wore them. I mean, the weird thing is though.
Well, why do they look so shit then?
Yeah, that's a point actually, because he would have
wrapped in tinfoil,
but he'd have feet mold done for boots. So they couldn't have bought the boots, done the design, and then given them to him for him to then wear. That wouldn't have worked. He would have had to have had them, worn them, then given them to them for them to then do this to it. So he's never actually worn them with Money Mace on them, I'm guessing.
What? I don't know. I'd have to do something, Neil. I'd have to do something that would involve effort.
Yeah.
All of which is for the benefit of Mason Mount. I'm out, mate.
Yeah,
I'm signing off.
But I don't know. I don't know on this though whether Crazy wins that, because he was paying £3,000 for the Zoom call alone.
Yeah. But maybe it was, get the boots for free.
Yeah, well, maybe if the boots were coming for free.
A bit of a sweetener, just throwing them in there,
Prince
I'm happy to go with it. And not to mention, Crazy has taken the time to write down a full response for the Zoom call as well.
Yeah,
so
okay,
I'm personally...
Winner.
Yeah,
winner,
chicken dinner. Congratulations on your chicken dinner, Crazy.
Well done. You want how much for that? British shit. Bad eBay buys. Yeah, I agree. They were not the best bad eBay buys. Well, no, actually, they were proper bad eBay buys. Actually,
They were. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. You've kind of played the game correctly this time.
what I'm
And
upset
you know,
about.
you know what it's like. It's just boring, isn't it? Sorry. Sorry.
It's you know, it's getting hard. The amount of toss that I see on eBay that we've already done, and it's still there, and I'm having to. I'm like,
And to renegotiate it.
yeah, people, take it off. It's never going to sell. Take it off and let other people that are deluded put stuff on.
I'm just, but that jumper's still not there.
No, that's actually gone. But yeah, it's really
Sad
bad
about that.
But anyway, so the other thing that we want to go over quickly at the end of today is if you are on the Discord, fantastic. If you're not on the Discord, make sure you get on the DTL Discord. If I type it in here, I wonder if it will come up still. There we go. So if you're not on the Discord, go on to down the local Discord. Don't worry about the badgy one. We don't do shit on there anymore. Just go on the down the local one. Because this season's... What's that? Facebook marked it literally as the best dating site. You just search for wedding dress. That's one of my sites. Brilliant.
We know what Ryan Giggs is doing tonight.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was dark, wasn't it? That was dark. I'm sorry.
Having porridge in prison, probably. So, yes. Go on down a local site. Tomorrow, get yourself linked into the Discord on there, because tomorrow we'll be launching the new Predictor League. So, last season, it was won by Bullions on Twitch overall over the course of the season. Last season, every week, 5 games were pulled out and people predicted the results, and they got points depending on what the score was, the result, etc, etc. This season is going to be something slightly different. Good old Gizzy be shagging our wives and sisters and whatnot. Not in one night. He's not Santa Claus.
That we know of.
Allegedly. Predictor League this season will be predict the top 4 in the Premier League table at the end of the season, and the bottom 3 in the order. What will happen over the course of the season once a month, and the last day of the month, we will look at the league table. 3 points will be given if the team you predict to be top is top. 1 point, and so on. And 1 point will be given if they show in the top 4. So if you say Man City will win the Premier League, if throughout the season they are 4th, you will get 1 point every time, every month. And then at the end of the season, if they suddenly mount a sudden charge, it will be there. If, however, Man City are 4th for 3 weeks of the month, but lose their last game of the month and drop to 5th, you'll get no points. Nil points. And the same with the bottom 3. That is where we will be at. We will also
rock you.
Have a transfer.
We will rock you. Sorry,
and if
I saw
Liverpool
my
win the
junior.
league, it's all cancelled. If Liverpool win the league, you want to hope that you've got enough points to numb the pain. Because
or enough alcohol.
Yeah, or enough alcohol, because they'll be incessant again. You know they will. And Liverpool fans, man. Anytime they win something, Christ alive. Thoughts on Sir Jim Clifford buying Manchester United? Who's Jim Clifford?
I can't. I don't know. I did hear about it though. Sir Ali fan of MJ. Yeah, very interesting. Did you hear about Elon Musk as well today? Apparently said he was going to buy Manchester United.
Did he? Oh God, that'd be dangerous.
Yeah. Then he turned around like 5 minutes later and go, lol. Only joking.
Yeah, turned around 5 minutes later saying,
Yeah.
"Who am you?"
Yeah.
Jim Ratcliffe is the name. Yes, I have heard of Jim Ratcliffe. Yeah. Rich's businessman. Interesting. Nice.
Yeah, no, I've heard. I mean, well, because the Glazers are looking to sell a minority share in Manchester United to boost funds, because of course they haven't got enough as it is.
Well, all their money's gone,
Yeah,
really. It's all
they
borrowed.
are selling a minority share. So yeah, it'd be interesting, very interesting. I mean, to me, it's I don't really see. Once again, it just seems very short-sightedness in the fact it's like, yeah, we could do with a bit more money. Would anyone like to give us your money? Cool, thank you very much. It just doesn't seem like there's any kind of plan to it at all, really. This is I think this is my bugbear. Funds to use on their NFL team. Yes, it's a good shout. Yeah, I just don't think frankly, any of the strategies at Manchester United are thought out or thorough or planned. You look at teams like Manchester City. We talked about Newcastle as well on 2 weeks show, saying they're investing in their infrastructure. They're looking to the future.
Yeah, and Villa as well. Villa have pumped in money to.
Villa, Leicester as well. A lot of the reason that Leicester have not been signing players is because they're more invested in their infrastructure.
Yeah.
It's just Whereas in Manchester United, no, here's a thingy. Give us some money for the thingy. We've got the thingy, and that's it. It's no strategy or plan in place whatsoever. Michael Keaton has the funds arranged to fully take over Manchester United. Intriguing.
Michael Keaton is in Ex-Batman.
Used to be a director of the board. I don't know.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't he
Not
apparently
Batman.
going in with Ratcliffe as well? I've heard that there's like 3 billionaires all putting money in a pot. I don't know. The whole thing is hearsay as far as I'm concerned. The next thing you know is Cristiano Ronaldo is building himself a little rocket in his back garden to fly to the moon. That's the next thing you'll hear.
Well, yeah, but that'll
Man
be with
Man
Elon
United.
Musk.
That'd be great. I'd pay for that headline.
Oh dear. That'll be with Elon Musk though. We'll be flying there with him.
Yeah.
Out of the woods with Ray. That's the headline for tomorrow. Yeah. So as I say, guys, that will be on. It may well be on Discord straight. I might put it on Discord straight after this. I'll do a quick type up, put it on there. So if you're not already following, get yourself on Discord. Get those. Michael Knighton, that's the dude, not Michael Keaton.
Knighton.
Yes, I do remember him. Michael Keaton. You've given us two names, Ali. Both of them have been wrong. Michael Keaton, Batman, and Jim Clifford. Not a clue who he is. But Ratcliffe, yes. I mean, Michael Knighton, yes. I know both of them. Michael Knighton was on the board of directors years ago.
I was thinking of Ronan Keaton. I went completely off subject.
But that's spelt differently as well.
Yeah.
But yes.
Nowhere near, mate.
So.
But hey, life's a roller coaster. Just got to ride it, haven't you? Hey! Cha-cha-cha. I bet you wish that microphone didn't work, didn't you?
Damn it. So, guys, girls, everyone else, it's been a pleasure having you here. We are going to go on a raid. Make sure you stick around for that. Get your bonus points. We are going to raid our favourite Irishman, Owen. If you aren't already, drop Shawnee Boy himself not a raid, a follow. He will be streaming again tomorrow. I am now on holiday for a few weeks, so there won't be any detail next week because I will be with child. But hopefully we'll be back the week after. Favourite Irishman. That is streaming at the moment, Crazy. Sorry, that is streaming at the moment.
I thought you were talking about Ronan Keaton.
Favourite Irishman is the one in the room talking to us. Clearly. You didn't need to do the leprechaun voice, right? It's me.
I had to make sure that people knew. All right, just got to make sure.
To be sure.
I know. I just have to. I have to hide it for the whole show. You know, I'm like, guys. Obviously, I have to sit really high up because I'm only 4 foot. I'm a jockey, and part time. Badger been sipping fancy drinks on the beach. Yeah, I know. Yeah, sipping on those old Sex on the Beach and tequilas.
Okay. No, mate.
I'm also Ronan though, Sean. So close enough. Ah, right. Okie dokie.
Hit me,
Okie dokie,
Ronan.
Smoky Joe.
Hit me, Ronan too. So yes,
Right,
have
you
a
are.
fantastic rest of your week. As I say, we will go and drop a raid over to Owen. Make him smile. Give him some love. Tell him that we're awesome, and that's why you were here and not with him until now. Until next time, people, peace out. Mwah!
Bye bye.